It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Happy NCAA Tournament Day. It's the real deal, Holyfield. We are T-minus 9 minutes and counting before the very first tip. Michigan State, Mississippi State. Get in on the action, baby. I'm all about Mississippi State, them Bulldogs taking care of business today. I also have to say I like Illinois minus 11.5. I like Samford plus the 7.5. Those are the three plays that I kind of swung big at. Hopefully I get all three of them and we can all dance and sing and be merry. Now, I finally have turned in my bracket, by the way. It takes me a little while. I had till 11 o'clock to turn it in. Turned it in at 10:59:50. It's how I roll. Procrastination like a mug. Bryant Dacus. I really feel like if I ask you who it is that I bet, like I have in the Final Four, I really don't think that it's going to be hard for you to figure out. I've kind of been talking about this league and these two coaches for a long time. And I tell everybody how much I love these coaches. And I love the way that they play. And I love everything about them. So it shouldn't shock you that I have Shaka Smart and Bruce Pearl, Marquette, Auburn for the championship game in the Final Four. I have Marquette playing Tennessee, then Marquette beating Tennessee to go to the championship game. On the other side, I have Auburn playing Alabama in the Final Four. Yes, you heard that correct. I got three SEC teams in the Final Four, the one that cuts down the nets. I went with Bruce Pearl. Little Shaka Smart, little Bruce Pearl. All I could think about is how much I've talked about Marquette and Auburn this year. How much I've said I love these two coaches. And damn it, I want to see them in the championship game. I think it's going to be difficult. The road for Auburn is extremely difficult. They're going to have to play UConn in the Sweet 16 if they both make it that far, of course. Then they would have to deal with some a little bit of difficult stuff, either Iowa State or Illinois. Like, Auburn has a hella tough road. But dadgummit, man, I love me some Bruce. I think they're going to get done. And I know it's very, very homerish of me to have three SEC teams in the Final Four. If it all works out, things will be great. But, man, the action is getting ready to start. I'm a little bit fired up. But before we start talking tournament action, as it's getting ready to tip, wow, man, we talk about a scandal. Have you been paying any attention to baseball? Did you get up this morning and watch that absolute terrible performance from Yamamoto?
I watched his first inning. I didn't watch anything after that.
Oh, he only lasted an inning.
Mm-hmm.
His first pitch, he gave up a hit right up the middle, right by the shortstop, ground ball. My man's his ball, especially his splitter, it wasn't moving at all. It was up in the zone, and they punished him. And I understand. There's a lot of pressure on this young guy. He's the highest paid pitcher in the history of baseball. And, bro, he was terrible. Now I know why he didn't start game one. Now I know why he won't start opening day here over in the States. They said, I was listening to Brian Roberts talk, and they said getting him to calm down has been a little bit difficult. And I get it, man. You go straight into the bigs, man. You're going, you become the highest paid pitcher in baseball. You're for the Dodgers. You got Shohei Ohtani on your team. Mookie Betts playing shortstop, balling out, hitting balls all over the place. There is a lot of pressure. But, man, he is one inning from Yamamoto. You know that I lost my Yamamoto, the Dodgers minus one for the first 5 innings. Like right off the jump. damn, he didn't do anything. It was very difficult to watch, especially if you thought something special was going to happen with that young fella. Now, not only is Yamamoto terrible right now, it's early. We'll find out what he's going to be, but damn, man, 5 runs in 1 inning. Shohei Ohtani has now been rocked by scandal. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter has been fired for, quote, massive theft. Now, this story to me is more confusing than almost anything, and a lot of it, I'm sure, has to do with the fact that Shohei doesn't speak any English. He knows just enough to know that when his interpreter was talking to the team and explained his situation, that he went and talked to another interpreter to make sure and say, excuse me, what did he say? Because at first, it was Shohei Ohtani covered his gambling debts. He did 6 wire transfers to an illegal bookmaker, by the way, out in California. Like, they weren't even doing FanDuel. Like, DraftKings. BetMGM. By the way, the MGM is the best. They're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna let you down. Shout out BetMGM. But my man was betting in places that don't make sense, like illegal bookmakers. And how do you get a line of credit of $4.5 million when you're Shohei Ohtani's interpreter? My man, by the way, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter has been living in the United States for the past 25 years. It isn't like he just came over here and sports betting just became legal and he was like, oh, I got addicted. He says he has an issue. He says he has problems. But again, he didn't go and make book with any legal service. My man was doing it through an illegal bookmaker in California. He has been fired. But let's also realize why this is such a big deal. One, because he's probably the biggest star in pro baseball right now. Like, he's global. I mean, he turned down $700 million to stay with the Angels and basically go get the same amount of money over with the Dodgers. But he leaves the Angels, takes all that cash. He's big time. By the way, missed 2 home runs yesterday by a combined 5 feet. Did you see those bombs that he almost hit? Like, that ball doesn't travel very well. That's a big stadium. Mookie got one out. Mookie also hit one off the wall. Mookie's playing out of his mind and doing great at shortstop. But the whole Shohei Ohtani situation with, I am confused. Because during the apology to the team is when Shohei realized he thought, I think he paid only like $1 million plus. When he found out that $4.5 million was missing from his bank account, and it feels like it just happened, he was a little bit freaked out, fired his interpreter. And now there's an investigation going on. And what's going to happen, I don't know. But let's not forget, baseball and gambling are synonymous with one person. Who's been banned from baseball their entire life, for the rest of their life? That would be Pete Rose. He's the all-time hits leader. But he's a pariah for betting on baseball. I thought it was also interesting. The interpreter said, I never bet on baseball. I only bet on college football and the NFL and NBA and a few college games, but never on baseball. Bro, you're a gambling addict. You literally said that you have a gambling problem. You're addicted to it. Why am I supposed to believe that you actually didn't bet on baseball, the thing that you're most around? Like, that doesn't make any sense either, does it? Like, let's say you have a gambling issue and you're really around a sport and you might get a really good feel. You're in the clubhouses, you're traveling around the country, you go to all the games. You're telling me that a gambling addict is going to be like, you know what? No, this is where I draw the line. Not stealing $4.5 million from my employer, but I draw the line of gambling on baseball. That sounds like the most BS. I don't believe a damn thing that's coming out this interpreter's mouth. You can speak more languages than I can, homie. But I know you're full of ish. Like, straight up. I didn't bet on baseball. Like, what is going to happen to Ohtani? I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, I think
Keep my eye on him. I'll tell you that.
I'm going to say, yeah, and this Dodgers team that everybody and their grandmother, I mean, they spent $1 billion on Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto, and it's the second game of the year, and we already have a gambling scandal with Ohtani, and Yamamoto goes 1 inning and gives up 5 runs. Braves, if you had the Braves, Braves are looking pretty good on that futures bet right now. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm a crazy person for even bringing this up. Like hearing this happen this morning, like after the ball game and all the stories that were breaking early this morning, like it was absolutely wild. Now, it is the NCAA tournament, people. The baseball game, by the way, if you did not know, shout out, Padres got a big win. They took care of the business. Because the Dodgers, and it isn't because the Dodgers didn't hit the baseball. My goodness, did the Dodgers not hit the baseball?
Sure did.
They tore it up. Both of these teams were just hitting the ball all over the damn yard. I mean, you go from, yesterday you have a game that was, 5-2? A well-pitched baseball game. You got Musgrove, Joe. You got a Yamamoto out there, and it was ugly. Ugly. But baseball is, it's right there. But now it's time to talk a little basketball, and guess what? We just tipped off. Michigan State and Mississippi State have started, so the madness is officially here. Let me tell you a little secret. It's not much of a secret anymore. But, dude, do you need to get away to the best sports bar in the whole world? Getaway Sports Bar right here in Memphis, Tennessee. 15 televisions, 6 pool tables, 2 dartboards, golden tea, amazing bar grub, the coldest beer around. You can get all up in some Getaway Sports Bar and sneak away and watch all kinds of basketball. You know how to play hooky? You're supposed to be work today? Call up and be like, I got a sales call. Go park your ass and get away, baby. Watch some basketball, eat some grub, drink some cold beer, enjoy life. 4632 Winchester Road. It's a Getaway Sports Bar. My man Garvin's taking care of business again. 4632 Winchester Road. When it's time to get away to the best. That's Getaway Sports Bar again. 6 pool tables, 2 dartboards, a golden tee, and 15 TVs. You want to get away? Head on to Getaway Sports Bar. All right, now, Mississippi State and Michigan State have started the ball game. Got a question, Dacus. Who you got winning this bad boy?
I don't know. I'm just gonna watch how it plays out.
You're a liar. You have somebody. You just don't want to tell me that you took Michigan State, do you?
No, I didn't gamble on this game.
Well, you didn't have to gamble. You picked it in your bracket.
Oh, no, I picked Mississippi State in my bracket. I thought you were asking who I gambled on.
Oh, you didn't even gamble it on it? You're like, John's got too much to lose for everybody?
No, I just don't have a good feel on this game, and so I just decided to pass on this one. I'll bet on BYU.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. Right now, I don't have a good feel either because Michigan State's up 5-0. We just started. I mean, we're 2 minutes in, but damn, Mississippi State, can you get on the board, bro?
Early in the game, John.
It's very early. It's very early.
Speaking of early in the game, did you catch any of the Grambling and Montana State game last night?
Actually, I did.
It was awesome. It was a great game.
But I can be honest and tell you I don't remember watching it.
Interesting.
So do you know I had a goal yesterday?
You had a goal.
Do you not remember the goal I told you? I'm gonna be so knee deep in some Tito's vodka.
I do remember that. Yes, no, I do.
That by the time you get off the air, I probably won't know who I am.
And I guess it worked.
I succeeded. In fact, I found out this morning when I woke up really, really early for baseball. I was like, God, I feel so good and refreshed. Chaz was like, well, you passed out at 9.
Well, that's...
I mean, I'm kind of proud of myself. I went to bed early.
Why not?
You know? Oh, my goodness. But we do have Mississippi State, Michigan on right now. Don't forget, you have Duquesne and BYU at 11:40. That's on the True TV at 12:30. You got Akron and Creighton, Long Beach State, Arizona at 1 o'clock, Wagner, North Carolina at 1:45. And then that's basically all the stuff going on between now and the show. Already mentioned to you that I really, really, really don't like Illinois as a basketball team. Like, I just don't like, I guess, the team very much. But, bro, how can you not like Illinois minus 11.5 against Morehead. Morehead State. Morehead State, the more I look at them, I feel like Illinois should be a 20-point favorite over this team. Like, they can flat out score. Some people, like, Illinois doesn't play the best defense in the world. I'm not going to sit there and pretend, but they ain't Kentucky. They still can battle, and they're battle-tested. And Terrence Shannon, man, Jr., we'll see what happens with his felony arrest after the season. But right now, he's playing great basketball. I don't feel like they stand a chance. And then I got Samford plus 7.5. Should have bet it earlier in the week. Dropped a little bit. It went from plus 280 to plus 240, so I didn't touch the money line. I did take the points. I do have in my bracket Samford getting by Kansas. But damn, you know what I mean? Like, take the points. Take the points. And by the way, can you believe Kellen McCullers is not going to play in this game? Like, I'm still in shock. Bill Self is in shock. I don't blame him. I'd be a little bit freaked out, too. Who do you like out there? 901-360-8255. That's 901-360-8255. Let me know what you think. I want to know your best plays of the day. Hit me up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line. Life is way too short for ordinary jewelry. When you want the best, Sissy's Log Cabin. And I want your best bets of the day. Who are you going to hit me up with? Tell me something good. Tell me something great. Now, in a few minutes on the other line, we'll be keeping you abreast of what's going on with all the madness. Michigan State right now is up 8-4 over Mississippi State. Don't worry, them dogs are going to get going. Everybody's on that Izzo. Please. Chris Jans is going to do a fabulous job. Are you proud I got his first name right today?
I am.
It's amazing. I mean, Dan and Chris are pretty similar. Pretty similar. Whoa. Don't open up that.
Don't.
Did you hear that?
No, I did not, but the way you reacted, I don't know if I want to hear what it was.
I just opened up my X.
I see.
Yeah, and sometimes on my X, there's things that you probably should not see. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Isaac Simpson has the vid.
So he will not be joining us today.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just noticed that you put him on there. That's my fault.
Yeah. No, it is your fault.
But I want to tell everybody out there, little thought of Isaac today. My man's a trooper. He don't feel all that good. He's probably watching some basketball. Like, do I call BS on Isaac having the vid, or is that just a great excuse to not have to come on my show today?
No, I did see him tweet out earlier this week that he had the vid and it was really kind of kicking his tail. So I trust him.
Man, all I can think about is that commercial, Plaxlovid or whatever. If you get COVID, Plaxlovid.
Yeah.
Does that stuff work?
Who knows?
Have you ever caught the vid?
Yes.
I haven't had the vid yet.
Good for you, John.
It's my blood type. THC and Tito's. It just keeps the vid away. It's amazing. It's amazing. But we got hoops going on. We do not have Isaac. We're going to break down what's going on in some NBA action. Golden State, man. They got a little chippy last night, man. What's up with Dre?
I don't know.
Like, seriously, bro. Don't be pushing Santi in his chest. Santi. By the way, he went buck wild last night. GG went buck wild. Grizzlies still didn't have a chance in hell to win that game. They really didn't. Can you believe that was the featured game of the night? I mean,
yeah, it's the Warriors.
If Ja was healthy, if was a fifth, I'd be drunk. There's a lot of ifs, but man, the Warriors took care of business. But there was still a lot of things to be excited about. We saw a little Taylor Jenkins got knocked down by Dre. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a little bit of something going on, but in the post game, you had Steph Curry and Draymond Green giving flowers to Gigi Jackson.
That's the first sign, right?
Bro, I just turned it off. What in the hell is Dave doing in here in the morning?
I don't know.
Or is it Greg?
I don't know.
I actually think it would probably be Greg. I can't see Dave actually on this thing.
No.
It doesn't even work usually. He's watching everything with the voice. I mean, with the speakers on. We're going to take a quick time out. I did want to remind you again, there are ball games on from now till the end of night. Head on over to Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester Road. 15 TVs, 6 pool tables, 2 dartboards, and a golden tee. Go have some fun. The NCAA's tournament is here. Baseball's got all kinds of news. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter has been fired for gambling. $4.5 million. How much do you think the man was making a year to be the Ohtani interpreter?
Pretty good, I would hope.
I would think it's good, but not like $4.5 million worth of losses. I mean, damn, you see the contract that Ohtani got, and you're just like, hey, bud, can you just cover my losses? I don't know about all that. We're going to take a quick timeout. Back in Two Shakes, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, this is Eli Savoy, and I've got a question for you. Who wants to pay full retail for a pre-owned car or truck when you can buy it at wholesale? Wholesale Unlimited on Pleasant View, right off Covington Pike, has an unlimited selection of super sharp pre-owned cars and trucks you can buy at the wholesale price. And right now, you can use your tax refund as all or part of a down payment and still just pay the wholesale price. Chevy Silverados, F-150s and Ram trucks, Tahoes, Explorers, Jeep Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, Renegades, a Cadillac SRX, Camaros, Mustang convertible, Hyundais. Check it out. Go to wucars.com or Google Wholesale Unlimited Memphis. This is great. Your money goes a long way when you can buy at the wholesale price, and tax refund time makes it even better. Go to Wholesale Unlimited on Pleasant View, just off Covington Pike, with guaranteed approval. Tell them you heard about it right here on Sports 56, and you can thank me later.
Welcome to the Rendezvous.
This is John Vergas. When my dad started the Rendezvous in 1948, I don't think anyone could have imagined we'd still be serving shoulder, cheese plates, and our world-famous dry rub ribs 75 years later. But we are still here in the basement, in an alley in downtown Memphis. We sincerely thank you for making the Rendezvous what it is today. Charlie Vergas Rendezvous, serving the official barbecue of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns, and here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir, it's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get pre-season pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
It's time to discover your new Kia at Gossett Kia on the Pike. And there's never been a better time to drive off in your new Kia. Make it happen today in a 2024 Kia Forte LXS. 41 MPG, $219 a month. How about sporty 2024 Kia Sportage LX? We gossip $289 a month. Oh, $34.99 to its signing. And get rugged in 2024 Kia Telluride LX. $429 a month. $39.99 to its signing, all 36-month lease. So call Bobby J to put you in a new Kia today. That's Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online anytime at KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte RE72, 39.85, MSRP 22,320. Sportage R7 24.7640, MSRP 29,635. Telluride RG 49.9963, MSRP 41,005. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax on license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/1/2024. Dealer stock only.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Mississippi State looks absolutely terrible. 18-8 right now. It's the start of the game, but we are always gambling. Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy NCAA tournament. It's a special day in the world out there for the peeps who love a little basketball, who like to see it in the hole. I love seeing it go through the hole. I just need Mississippi State to put the ball through the hole and then stop the other team from putting it through the hole. How's Michigan State, who I thought was one of the worst teams to make the field, got a lucky seed at 9. I couldn't believe they were a 9 seed. And now they're whipping Mississippi State's tail. But you know what's going on right now? You can get Mississippi State plus 6.5, which feels like a really, really good bet. 6.5 points. You think they're going to stop fighting? I do not. I do not. So we're going to take them. Mississippi State plus the 6.5, because if we hit that, at least we cover our money line bet. So go ahead and take it plus 6.5. I just did. Keep your fingers crossed. Come on, Bulldogs. Let's get going. We do have some other games starting here in about, 7 minutes? You got Duquesne and BYU. Yep, 7 minutes. BYU at 9.5-point favorite. Duquesne is an 11 seed. BYU is 6. They got Khalifa, who can flat out just score like a mama. Puts the ball in the hole.
He's a little limited there today.
Uh-oh.
Keep that in mind.
How limited?
I don't know. I just know that there was a tweet that was put out earlier today saying he would be available from his ankle injury, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just need the fat boy to sit up by the 3-point line and knock it down. Facilitate a little bit. Just make a few shots. BYU get by. A lot of action going on, but I got to go back to a little bit of baseball. Again, we've been talking about the whole Shohei Ohtani situation and how big of a deal this is. I mean, this is I think a huge deal. Like with Pete Rose, who has been suspended forever from baseball. I mean, not suspended. He has basically been, like, do they all talk about the hits leader as being Pete Rose anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, it's more of a, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
He's not allowed to go to baseball games. He doesn't go to Cooperstown. He's a pariah.
That's true.
He's red as can be because he's an alcoholic, I think. Reckless speculation.
Maybe it's just he's wearing the Reds, uniform, and
he looks more like Cubert than he does a human being. Do you know what Cubert is?
Yes.
Yeah. Like dude's orange faced as all get out. Mississippi State's offense looks abysmal. Damn, make a shot. But again, back to baseball, these things I think are huge, and you got a Los Angeles Dodgers team that is so loaded it's not even funny. Now, Shohei's not going to pitch this year, but my man's hitting like a maniac already. He missed 2 home runs yesterday, combined by 5 feet. Combined. Yes, you heard that right. Combined. They have everything. They got the depth. They got the team. They got it all. Yet the pitcher they spent over $300 million on in Yamamoto, like Shohei's doing his business. Ohtani's batting .300. He got an RBI yesterday, scored a run, put good wood on the ball. Mookie Betts, though, was insane. Did you know he had 6 RBI yesterday?
That's crazy.
He hit one ball about 6 inches from going over the fence off the wall, and then he hit one completely out, got him a home run, walked. My man's playing shortstop. Do you realize that?
Mm-hmm.
He's played second base. He's played right field. He's played shortstop. This year he is playing shortstop. Like he's like a little league guy. But this is pro baseball. You don't usually do that. He's nasty. But, man, when you got Betts, Atani, Freeman, Smith, Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Outman, Hayward, and Gavin Lux as your 9-hitter playing second base, that is a loaded lineup. The Dodgers team, man, they got a little bit of pressure. A lot of stuff's going on. Now, I would also have to say that I felt like yesterday when I was watching baseball, and it was in Korea, South Korea. By the way, man.
Certainly not in North Korea.
Yeah. Dennis Rodman's been to North Korea and Kim Jong-un, and he played a basketball game there. Just had to make sure it was the South. Just double checking. But my goodness. Did you see Xander Bogaerts get rung up?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so you know the pitch clock, the batter clock, the whole situation. He did nothing wrong. He is in the box looking, waiting for the next pitch. There's 8 seconds still on the clock. The pitcher is looking, and he just lets the clock dribble down to about 3. The pitcher's supposed to start, and the ump comes out and rings up Xander Bogaerts. And I bet you $1 million, if you watch it, it's because he was complaining about 2 strikes that were called strikes on him that were both low and outside. And actually, to be honest with you, he missed them. And then he rings him up and doesn't even let him hit and takes the bat right out of his hand. That's not baseball. Look, I'm all for the whole pitch clock. I kind of like the feel for it. But when you got a batter in the box and you got 2 strikes and you got runners on and it's a very important part of the baseball game. Yes, the Padres still won. If they lost that game, I'd been furious if I was the Padres. You're ringing him up. By the way, you know who was standing on deck? Fernando Tatis Jr. I do not like it. I love the pitch clock. I still feel like there's got to be some more explanations and understanding because I've looked everywhere. You know, Ben Verlander's really great on the Twitter. Like, you should have seen him go off about this. Like, what is the thing? What did Xander Bogaerts do to deserve to be rang up without a man throwing a pitch? I don't know, man. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. I don't know if there's any good news on Mississippi State because I'm trying not to watch it. I'm just hoping and praying that they come back because now I got them +6 and maybe they win the game too. That'd be great. NCAA tournament is rocking and rolling. In Dacus, you don't feel good, I can tell.
I don't know.
Stomach? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be much help today, and I apologize.
No big deal. Right now, Michigan State, though, is up 20-8. Duquesne and BYU start now in 4 minutes. 4 minutes till tip. 9.5. I kind of like Duquesne plus the 9.5. Doesn't mean that's going to happen.
Right.
Now, one other thing I did want to mention. Is this Nance's last dance?
I believe so, right? I think so, but I don't know. I don't keep up with all the commentators.
It has to be because everybody on the grandmother on the X's
is like, "Thank you, Nance. Thank you, Nance. One last ride."
I mean, Nance is good at it.
Yo, he's great. I love Jim Nance.
He's great. He's great with the Masters. If he leaves basketball, is he also not going to? Is this going to be his last Masters?
No, I think he's going to stay with the Masters, but I'm not positive.
All I know is that Nance, been a legend, been very, very good. And I'm not, it ain't like there's going to be somebody who's going to fill a spot, take care of business. But what about those damn commercials with Chuck and Nance?
I love those commercials. They're so fun.
They're hilarious. Nance smells divine. Chuck likes a lot of big Chuck heads and big sandwiches. What's the girl in there for? What's her name?
I can't think right now.
Ben Affleck's ex-wife.
Uh-huh. I like her. She's a good actress.
Do you know what show she's ever been in?
She's in 27 Dresses. Or no, 13 Going on 30. That's what she's in.
Never heard of either one of those shows. 27 Dresses?
It's a movie. But no, she's not in that. She's in 13 Going on 30.
13 going on 30. Mississippi State has hit a three-pointer. They're only down by 9. Hopefully you got the +6.5. Let's go Bulldogs. Let's go Bulldogs. Hit me up at the 901-360-8255. Let me know what you're thinking about. Like, who are some of the best bets? Because right now I need a little bit of help. Mississippi State, looking terrible. I know I got Sanford and Kansas. I know that I love me some Sanford against Kansas. I think everybody, though, does. Kansas is very, very thin. McCullers is not going to play. Timberlake is terrible. Hunter Dickinson is not going to be 100%. Bill Self, in the last 6 years, Kansas has either made it to the Final Four or they've been knocked out in the first weekend. This is a first weekend team. They are not getting past Sanford. I really don't think there's a chance that they do it. And if they do, they're going to have McNeese State or Gonzaga. I just don't see this team punching his ticket to the Sweet 16. I'm going to bet against Kansas today. Hopefully Sanford wins, knocks them out. But if they don't, I'm going to bet against Kansas again next week. I don't care if it's Gonzaga or McNeese State, the Cowboys. Love me some Will Wade. I love McNeese State. I got McNeese State. I got McNeese State playing Sanford in the next round, but I have McNeese going to the Sweet 16. I got Purdue making it all the way to the Elite Eight, facing UT. Tennessee sneaking themselves in. I got A&M beating Houston in the second round. A&M to the Sweet 16. Then I have A&M beating Duke. I got A&M all the way in the Elite Eight. Texas A&M was the preseason darling. Will Wade IV is a baller. They pack things down low. They're freaking filthy. They're playing right at the right time. And it's weird. Buzz could not get this team to do anything all season long. But again, this is a team that's beat Kentucky twice. It's a team that's also dropped Tennessee. I mean, A&M's got the right sauce. Problem is, in the Elite Eight, to go to the Final Four, they're going to run into that Marquette team. And Tyler Kolek, I hear, is healthy. Shaka Smart is absolutely amazing. So I got Marquette and UT on that side of the bracket. The other side, I've got Auburn playing Alabama. Now, I wasn't going to put Alabama that far. But damn, they have feel like an easy roll. Charleston, they're going to run. St. Mary's or Grand Canyon, they're going to run them. They're either going to play North Carolina or Mississippi State to go to the Elite Eight. They will beat Mississippi State or North Carolina. They're better than both. I'm not high on the ACC at all. And I feel bad because I like Houston. I love Kelvin Sampson, but I got Kelvin Sampson, the 1 seed, not even making it to the Sweet 16, where I got UConn making it to the Sweet 16. I got Arizona making it to the Sweet 16. I got Purdue making it to the Sweet 16. Sorry, Houston. I just feel like the battle for Texas in the next round, and this will be in Memphis, will be awesome. And I really think that the battle for Texas with Texas A&M, and we know Houston got beat by 20-plus points. 20-plus points they got beat. Usually, 70% of the teams since 2005, 23, 10, and 1, have covered the spread after getting destroyed their last game before the NCAA tournament. Well, that's the first round, and they play Longwood, so I like Houston. It's that second round game, man. If Texas A&M gets by Nebraska, the Asian persuasion who's knocking down threes from all over the place, the Trev game. Again, you got to know Trev Alberts, who was an all-pro offensive lineman for Nebraska back in the day, became their athletic director. He is now the Texas A&M athletic director. Texas A&M and Nebraska playing each other in the men's and in the women's bracket. Speaking of the women's bracket, is there anybody out there actually picking South Carolina to lose? Because I don't think so. I really, really, really don't think so. I love me some Angel Reese. I love me Stanford, man. Cameron Brick, she's awesome. But the NCAA women's bracket, if you're not picking Dawn Staley in South Carolina, like, I don't know if you're serious. They got a pretty easy road, too. Number 1 overall seed, have not lost. They're freaking awesome. Iowa getting a number 1 seed to me is kind of fascinating. Talk about pressure on Caitlin Clark to get a chip. And in the same bracket, Iowa's there with LSU as a 3 seed. UCLA's their 2 seed. Colorado's another great team. They're the 5 in that bad boy. Caitlin Clark, can she get it done? I don't think she has enough around her. I think she's awesome. That USC team, by the way. And I know you're going to be like, is John talking women's basketball? Damn right I am. There's a lot of money to be made in these women's games. Watch them. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. First round, by the way, for the women's tournament starts on the 22nd. So that is tomorrow. They get going tomorrow. They're a little bit later. So, like, how is this going to work with the women? And a couple of people, you know, I've seen some very prominent people out there saying that, hey, man, the women's tournament might this year, because of Caitlin Clark, get almost as many eyeballs as the men's. I don't know about that. Like, I know there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on them, but not that many. And I do know one thing right now, ladies and gentlemen. Mississippi State is trying to make a little bit of a run. They were down 10. They're only down 7. It's 22-15. Mississippi State's trying to fight. Man, if you have the under, you're probably feeling pretty good. 6 minutes left to go in the ball game. State down by 7. We got them plus 6.5. We also have them on the money line. Duquesne has come out on BYU, and you will not believe me when I say this, but Duquesne's up 7-0. And they were getting 9.5. Right now, if you have Duquesne, you are feeling pretty good. 7-0. By the way, T-minus 40 minutes till the next tip. We have Akron and Creighton. That one is going at 12:30 on the TNT. So hopefully you're on the True TV watching a little Duquesne and BYU. CBS watching Michigan State, Mississippi State. And then at 12:30 TNT at 1 o'clock, Long Beach State plays Arizona. That's on the TBS. The brackets are out. Hit me up with all your best bets. Hopefully you're enjoying this Thursday. Hopefully you've snuck away. You had to get away Sports Bar. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Together, let's drive. Hey, everybody, it's Chevy truck season. All the Silverados you want are right here in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. Come get any new Silverado you want with financing down to 0.09, and your good credit deserves it. Trailblazers and Equinox with the 1.5 financing and no payments for 90 days. Families love the new Suburban, so you can do more together. Where are you going for Easter and spring break? And better yet, what are you driving? Military, teachers, college students, and healthcare workers, you get an extra $500 bonus. And do you want pre-owned? Everything you want is here. All the Jeeps and Ram trucks. Come drive this Yukon Denali or a Traverse. If it's not here, just ask for Jeff or Kevin and they'll find it for you. And Kevin and Jeff and everyone here at All-Star Chevy asked me to wish everyone a happy springtime and Easter. Remember, it's not South Haven, not Mount Moriah, Bartlett, or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. Go to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
A new era in public safety begins with you. Be the change you want to see. Join us for the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo on Saturday, March 30th, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main Street, downtown. We will take applications, perform basic testing, and interview candidates on site. Salary starts at $54,611, increasing to $72,000 after 3 years. Free parking will be located at Poplar Avenue and Front Street. For more information or details, visit joinmpd.com.
Excellent, phenomenal, and awesome are just a few of the words that people have said online to describe their experience at 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. And they're all true. Everyone, and I mean everyone, who works at 117 Prime strives for one thing: excellence. No one at Prime settles for not putting in the maximum effort in making your dining experience something you won't just cherish, but one you'll tell your friends about. There are a lot of things maybe you should keep to yourself, but telling a friend about 117 Prime is the one thing you can feel really confident about.
Your chance to get that rare, hard-to-find luxury timepiece is coming to Genesis Diamonds. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Genesis is hosting an epic pre-owned luxury Rolex event featuring a stunning new selection of these hard-to-find watches. Hulks, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, all the hottest models that people wait years for. These are carefully chosen timepieces in pristine condition. During this event, you can take advantage of special pricing and zero-interest financing. And listen to this. With the purchase of any luxury pre-owned Rolex at this event, Genesis will give you a beautiful pair of 2-carat lab-grown diamond stud earrings free. That's a $4,000 value. Also for this event, our pre-owned Rolex buyers are on site offering top dollar for your Rolex. Come see the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in the state and take advantage of our special financing and get a pair of 2-carat lab-grown diamond stud earrings free. It's this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only, and only at Genesis Diamonds, your home for luxury pre-owned Rolexes. Poplar and Perkins Extended. While supplies last, see store for details.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio, hanging out with y'all on a wonderful day. We got the NCAA tournament rocking and rolling. Duquesne is destroying BYU. It's only 9-0, but man, they're only 14 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first half, and BYU still has not scored a single point. I don't think that's really good. I think that would be probably really, really freaking bad.
We talked about it yesterday, John. I talked about it a little bit with me and my brother were talking about it last night. Going into this game, it really felt like either BYU was going to blow Duquesne out or they were going to lose, just because of how much they rely on the three-pointer. And I'm trying to get their stats up. Yeah, 0 for 3 to start the game from 3. So three balls not falling right now. If it does, this could turn around. But yeah, not looking great for BYU.
Holy moly, BYU scored. Holy moly, but guess what happened on the very next possession?
Duquesne scored.
Duquesne came down and hit a 3. It's 12-2. Duquesne is right now handling BYU pretty well. Again, Mississippi State's trying to stay in the game, but they don't look good at all. They're down 11. They look absolutely terrible. Sissoko or whatever for Michigan State's playing nasty defense. Mississippi State just can't get anything going offensively. Like, nothing will fall. I guess Izzo is for real. Like, get him in the tournament, and Izzo's going to Izzo. His boys do look a little bit more prepared and ready to play. I just don't understand. It's the NCAA tournament. Mississippi State looked good during the SEC tournament, looked good going down the stretch. They make the dance. They get a great first-round matchup against I can't believe that Michigan State was a 9 seed. This team, I think, is terrible. But yeah, right now they're handling their business. It is still early. Michigan State, 2 minutes left in the first half. Right now, State trailing by 11. Now, we're going to switch gears up. We're about to talk with Evie Van Pelt from the Rebel Walk. That's right. You know the Rebel Walk. The Rebel Walk is your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. Nah, they ain't the dance. But damn, their baseball team's pretty good. Lane Kiffin's looking like a madman. And there's a pretty good little baseball preview coming up. You know, Ole Miss this week heads to Knoxville. They got a series with, I believe Tennessee right now is number one. Still think are they number one?
Tennessee?
Are they not?
No, Arkansas is number one.
Oh, Arkansas is number one.
Unless it's changed, but I don't think so because Arkansas swept last weekend.
Yeah, they took care of some business. But I'll tell you one thing, man. Ole Miss, Tennessee, that's going on. It's going to be nice. Ole Miss actually leads the all-time series 50-43. I thought that was a little bit shocking. But the Vols have dominated lately, winning 4 of the last 5 games that they've played, including sweeping them in Oxford last year. So, Tony Vitello, Mike Bianco, great coaches, great arms, great players. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We got baseball. We're going to talk with Evie Van Pelt about what's going on with them Rebels. We're also going to talk about all these crazy people out there who are hitting me up on the text line and saying how much they don't like me. I'm sorry. If I talk to you into Mississippi State, that's my bad. SEC, is, according to one texter, is so overrated. Another buddy says in, bro, if you don't have Marquette to win it all, you just don't know basketball. That kind of rhymes, doesn't it? If you don't know Marquette at all, you just don't know basketball. I will say I love Shaka Smart. I have Marquette playing Auburn. Bruce Pearl, Shaka Smart, 2 of my favorite coaches, going at it. Who knows if I'll even be close. But right now, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and we're going to say a prayer for Mississippi State to please come back and win this game. Evie Van Pelt is next. It is a Thursday. NCAA Tournament Thursday on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Hello?
Hey, little sis. Did you get your W-2 yet?
Yes, I did.
Well, you know last year when I told you to file early to get your refund quick?
Yes, I remember.
Well, go ahead and call now, and you can get your refund fast.
Thanks. That's why I love you. Always looking out for your little sis.
To get your taxes filed quick and get your refund fast, go to Brenton Tax Service, located in Midtown Memphis on Madison Avenue. We may not be related to you, but at Brenton Tax Service, we protect you like family.
If you're a pro and flooring is your game, we'll help you win it. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. You want decor?
Strike.
You want plumbing?
You're out.
LL Flooring has been helping pros knock it out of the park for over 30 years. Visit one of our 400 nationwide warehouses for one-on-one service, extensive inventory, and exclusive pro pricing.
All right.
Get the pro treatment you deserve. Enroll today, online or in-store. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Hey Mid-South, it's springtime, so let's celebrate with the Gossett Mitsubishi Motor Spring Sales Event. Time to go spring breaking with 43 MPG Highway. Do it right with 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. We Gossett for only $19,110 or $259 a month. Go your own way in style with 2024 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. We Gossett $30,150 or $449 a month. Or hit the road in 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander SE $36,165 or $399.99 a month. Plus, every Gossett Mitsubishi comes with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Mirage, RH00 6614, MSRP 1916. Eclipse, RZO 32749, MSRP 30650. Outlander, RZO 12807, MSRP 36165. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and licensee dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Napa Cafe celebrates 26 years in 2024. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. If you are a first-time guest or have dined with us countless times, I want to thank you for making us part of your lives. Whether you're celebrating with the crowd or planning a cozy date night on the town, Napa Cafe can provide you an extraordinary evening. We have 5 dining rooms, including our private wine cellar, our Jan's room for 2 guests, and the Eleanor room for parties up to 60. Sit back, relax, and celebrate. Leave the cooking to us. Come see me at Napa Cafe, 5101 Sanderlin Avenue. We're open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. We also offer curbside pickup from our full menu. For details on our stay-in, dine-out menu or reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe in 2024. We can't wait to serve you.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir, it's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get pre-season pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy NCAA Thursday. We need Mississippi State, man. Like, I know we're about to do our Ole Miss segment, but State of Mississippi, Ole Miss Rebel fans. Root for John, man. I got Mississippi State in line plus 6.5, and I still have them on the money line in a parlay. Come on, Mississippi State. But it's time to talk about the team, like the whole state's real team. That team up north. The Ole Miss Rebels. We're going to talk with the best Evie Van Pelt. She's with the Rebel Walk. That's your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. Go to therebelwalk.com. Follow them on Twitter at The Rebel Walk. Follow Evie at Ole Miss Evie. And always tune in on Thursday to check her out. What's up, Evie? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you? Excited to get this March Madness going. And I'm watching that, keeping an eye out on that state game for you. And,
thank you.
And, yeah. You got a lot riding on that one.
Yeah, I do. It's yes, ma'am. I guess I started drinking the Chris Jans Kool-Aid, man, after the SEC tournament, and I just and I look at this Michigan State team, and I feel like they are so overseeded. I don't think I haven't watched them this year many a times. I didn't think they were any good, but Tom Izzo somehow always has his team ready to play when March gets here.
Boy, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? And I tell you, I'm for obvious reasons, I guess I'm kind of looking at that women's tournament coming up here, getting ready to start.
Me too. We got Ole Miss first game. They play Marquette. Is
that
in South Bend?
Yes, it's in South Bend, and they actually don't start till Saturday, so that's kind of interesting. But they play 3:45 Central Time, I believe, and the Ole Miss women are 6.5-point favorites against Marquette. And we all remember, Ole Miss beat Stanford last year as 12.5-point underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a strong Marquette team. They've got a kind of a three-headed monster the same way Ole Miss does, with a forward and a couple of guards. So they're going to be tough, but I guarantee you, Coach Yo, after the selection show Sunday, gave her husband a hug and said she'd see him the next day because she was staying up there all night long watching Marquette and game planning with her staff. So I'm excited for that.
Well, Saturday is going to be huge. Getting past Marquette is big, but my goodness, being in South Bend and possibly having to face the 2-seed Notre Dame.
I know. Go figure, But it's funny, and Coach Yo talked about that at her post-selection show press conference, and just basically said that's nothing to her team in the sense that, they went out to the West Coast and played the number 1 seed at their home and last season. And so she said, we're ready to play anybody, anywhere, anytime. And you got to love that attitude.
Yeah, you got to love that attitude. And again, I bet she has no fear. I mean, like you said, Cameron Brink and Stanford, they knocked off that big giant last year. You might have to do it again this year in South Bend against old Notre Dame, because I have a feeling that it's going to be Ole Miss Notre Dame.
I think you're right. And, it's funny, another thing she mentioned, and she mentions this a whole lot, is that when you play in a league where you've got South Carolina and LSU and Tennessee, Alabama, all these strong teams that you're playing, that you're going up against all the time, and you finish third in that league, they're used to going up and banging, with people. So I think that she feels like, and I think she's right, and I think the players feel like, you put in a season of SEC basketball, and you're probably as ready for postseason as you can be.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on all of that. I'm looking forward to Ole Miss starting things off. Hopefully everything's going to go wonderful. My question, though, for you is, they are in the same bracket with South Carolina.
Yes.
Like, my goodness. Is there anybody, after you watch South Carolina, as many times as I've actually watched South Carolina this year, I just don't know if Dawn Staley's team can be stopped.
Man, they look tough, don't they? That is, I guess we cross that bridge when we get to it. But, that Camila Cardoso, I mean, my goodness. I still haven't gotten over her stepping back at the three-point line and dropping, banking that shot off.
To win the game.
And making that to win the game as time expired against LSU. I still haven't gotten past that. So,
was that her first three-pointer this year?
I believe that was her first three-pointer of her career.
Whoa.
So, that was an unusual, the big girl can apparently do it all. And,
Man,
like Coach Yo said, that they're just not used to. I mean, women's basketball, they're just not used to playing a rim protector like that, a true rim protector. And so Cardoso, that's going to be, we'll see how it goes. So let's just get there and cross that bridge when we come to it. But I'm looking for them so they would play in South Bend. If they beat Marquette, I'm with you. I think Notre Dame would be the next round opponent. And if they beat them, then they would go to Albany. So might have to check into flights to Albany.
Ooh,
for
that would be nice.
Sweet 16 round, yeah.
That would be nice. Now, the other question I have for you, though, is what has Coach Yo mentioned the Caitlin Clark effect this year? Like, have you thought about what she's actually meant to women's basketball this year? Has it changed?
Yeah, she talks about that a lot. She's been talking about women's basketball and just, the explosion of it all. And I saw the other day somebody was talking about, compared to men's, it's just gotten, as exciting, if not more. And she's like, no, we don't even need to, it can all be fun and exciting to watch. We don't have to make it men or women or whatever. But yeah, she has so much respect for Caitlin Clark. She's tweeted a lot about Caitlin Clark and what she's done for the game, and of course, mentor. So she just gives so much credit to Dawn Staley and what she does and what her teams are accomplishing. And we had a section on one of our YouTube shows on our YouTube channel where one of our writers was talking about, if you haven't been, Rebel fans, if you haven't been watching Ole Miss women's basketball for whatever reason, you're missing out. It is a fun style of basketball, and I think people are starting to see that with the women's game.
I hate to say it, I've been watching a lot of women's basketball, especially this year. The one thing that every time I notice, I watch it a lot. I've been gambling on a lot of women. I've been winning a lot more in the women's game than the men's game. I can promise you that. Thank goodness for the women's game. But I like the shooting, the sets, the plays. Like if you want to watch fundamental basketball, watch the women's game. They make their free throws. They actually run sets. And let me tell you something. When you got multiple women across the country shooting over 40% from three-point line, and a few of them shooting over 50, these girls can shoot.
Yes, they can, and that's really interesting that you mentioned that to me, because I think that that's one thing that, Coach Yo, of course, I'm more familiar with them than any other team, but she talks about that and their fundamentals and being sound in those aspects of the game, and I think that that's something that, Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey at LSU, I think you're seeing that, and part of that is fun to watch. You're not watching a game where almost everybody, you're just going, can anybody buy a free throw, please? So like as you sometimes see in the men's game. So yeah, that's been fun to watch. I'm really excited about it. They actually take off. Their buses are leaving from the TUI Center in about 15 minutes. So any Rebel fans in the vicinity there, if you want to get over there and give them a good send-off, you can do that.
That would be awesome. That is awesome, man. Now I got to mention the men's game because I'm kind of curious. We had the portal open up. On the 17th, I believe. Since the portal has opened up, any updates, any news about players that Chris Beard's looking at, players that Chris Beard's lost? What you got going on there?
Well, I don't know that he's lost any yet, but what I am kind of interested in, we've got up on our site, we've got a basketball transfer portal tracker where we're kind of keeping up with some of the top players out there and whether or not they've been contacted by Ole Miss. Now, Central Arkansas, Cameron Hunter, that's one to keep an eye out. He was a redshirt this season due to injury. 6'3", 200 pounds. He was the ASUN Conference Freshman of the Year, 21-22. This was the first year for Central Arkansas in the Atlantic Sun, I believe. In his sophomore season, he started 30 of 31 contests. But anyway, he was mentioned as a preseason ASUN candidate for Player of the Year, but got hurt. But anyway, Chris Beard is actually going to be meeting with him. And so that's one thing, like my basketball writer, head writer tells me is, you see all these kids enter the portal and we see Ole Miss has reached out to, 11 billion, but what you really need to pay attention to is who are they having Zooms with and who are they going to visit? And they are going to visit Cameron Hunter. So he's one to keep an eye out on. And we've got a whole list of players over at therebelwalk.com under our tracker there that they're talking to. One of them is Rivera Torres from Vanderbilt. So Ole Miss has been confirmed to have reached out to him. So that's interesting.
Always something going on with them Rebels, man. We got a little basketball getting ready to get started. Chris Beard's doing his thing. The one thing I wanted to ask you, though, is for me, how weird is it that we have Selection Sunday and then we come to work on Monday and everybody and their grandmother's in the portal? And I'm just kind of wondering when we're going to push this back, because if you do make the tournament, how are you supposed to keep one eye on the portal and absolute 100% focus on your team that's in the tournament? I feel like this is just like they have got to figure out something. The timing is awful, and I understand that kids want to put their names in the portal who are in the postseason, but we got to make it to where coaches can take care of what they have to first, and that's the team that they have right now, and then focus on next year. Making them do both, I feel, is it's a disservice to the young people that they're coaching.
It really is. And, I think in large part when Ole Miss decided to, not accept an invite to the NIT, it was for a whole lot of reasons. But I think one of them is, that you have to factor in there, if you read the tea leaves, is if you're still coaching, it's exactly what you're saying. If you're still coaching and playing, you're not out there visiting, Cameron Hunter or whoever, because you're planning and coaching and whatever. And so, to me, it's a really good point. It's something, Lane Kiffin has talked about in football. He said it's kind of almost changed your philosophy in spring, because April 15th, another portal window opens up for a couple of weeks, and you've got kids who, if they feel like they're not, one of your main players in the spring, they may go and enter the portal. And Kiffin has even alluded to the fact that it almost affects how you coach in spring. We might not see any ones versus twos or ones, because we don't want to declare somebody a set one or two if it's going to, make somebody want to transfer. So there's a lot going on, you're right, and a lot of it needs to be fixed. And it's funny because Kiffin has called it a disaster, but also says, we're going to keep taking advantage of it until
they fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Which it definitely needs to be fixed. By the way, I saw Lane Kiffin actually made a new hire.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about from the school down south?
SMU's Alex Brown. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes, that one. I was still thinking Zach Arnett because.
Oh, no, we talked about that last week.
Yeah,
that I'm still shocked about, and I think it's just a smooth move, and it's just like talk about stuffing it to Mississippi State. Like, damn. But man, they still.
Yeah.
He just continues to go out there and assemble the best and brightest talent, and it just
he really does. And you're right. And Alex Brown was he started out, I think, as the director of scouting at SMU, and then was elevated to director of personnel and general manager. And now he comes and will join Glasscock, who the Rebels got from Texas. So, to me, Lane Kiffin he's showing people his skills here, because we've got Portal King, but I think we're getting staff king, player personnel king. He's getting, all the pieces in place to really continue to do some damage.
He's been doing a lot of damage. I know that's for dead gum sure. He has definitely been doing damage. Speaking of damage, though, the Rebels are doing with their bat. They took care of the Gamecocks. Problem is, they got Tony Vitello and the Tennessee Vols coming up. This should be a hell of a series.
Man, I'm really looking forward to it. And our friend, Austin Eldridge, put out a preview article today on our site about the matchup. And, it was kind of interesting because the last time Ole Miss played Tennessee was in Swayze in 2022.
They got swept.
And Lane Kiffin threw out the first pitch. He threw a golf ball instead of a baseball. So, and then Tennessee went on to sweep the series, starting with 12-1 win in that game. So we hope that doesn't happen again. But yeah, gosh, they are always tough, and I think the Vols are coming off a series loss. So they're going to be not just the Vols; they're going to be mad Vols. Right now, their overall batting average is .322, and they have hit 55 homers on the season with 209 RBIs. So they've got 8 starters that have an average of 300 or better. So, man, get ready pitching,
Grayson, you're going to have a busy weekend, my man.
Grayson's going to have a busy weekend, and I tell you, Ole Miss is also. They have had. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to see Liam Doyle pitch. He is the Saturday pitcher for Ole Miss, and he's been doing a fantastic job. He has struck out in just his 2 starts that he's made. He struck out 18 while walking just 2. 10 of those 18 were in his first SEC start last
against
weekend
South Carolina, right?
Yes.
Wow.
So, that was a big win. I thought that was a big series win for the Rebels to get started with SEC play. They really struggled last year, and South Carolina, I think, was a good team. Really, what's making a big difference right now also is the Ole Miss bullpen. Over the last 16.1 innings, they've allowed just 1 run. So that's going to be, they're going to need that. That's going to be really important when they play Tennessee this weekend.
Yeah, that is going to be huge. And also, if Andrew Fisher hits like 3 bombs in a game again, that'd be nice as well.
Wasn't that something else like he did against South Carolina? That was the Rebels ended up, they had an 8-run, 8th inning to come from behind and win that game. And yes, Mr. Fisher hit three bombs in that game. So that was truly fun for the fans to get to see.
Now, I got to switch over to football because football is still king and Lane's the baller. What are we learning in spring?
Okay, well, what we're learning is the defensive line is gonna be good. They look as advertised. I mean, in fact, one of my writers who was there Tuesday, and actually we're only going to get access to them on the practice field on Tuesdays. So one day a week we're going to get in there and we're going to see absolutely everything we possibly can in the time that Lane gives us. But the defensive line is big. I mean, we got our first look at Walter Nolan and Princely Umanmielen, and they are impressive. They are as impressive as we've heard. So they were fun to watch. They're the one interesting thing we hadn't talked about is, we've said if there is a position that Kiffin might go for in the transfer portal when this next window opens up, it might be running back, because we've got Ulysses Bentley and Kedrick Riscano, and then Logan Diggs, the transfer from LSU, who we don't know exactly when he'll be available.
Yeah.
Right. Kiffin said, he's just not sure. He expects him to be back during this coming season, but you never know. But one interesting name has popped up this week, and that is Henry Parrish Jr.
Like former Ole Miss Rebel?
Yes,
Henry Parrish Jr.?
Yes, he is expected to enter the portal. And if you'll recall, when he left Ole Miss 2 seasons ago, he went to Miami and was there with Kevin Smith, the Ole Miss running back coach. Then Smith left and came back to Ole Miss this last season. So there is a lot of talk that when Parrish enters the portal, Ole Miss may be very, very high on the list where he could come back and reunite with Kevin Smith and really offer some added talent and depth to the running back room.
Man, now that would be huge.
That would be huge. Talk about a kid who knows the system, he was an excellent player. I think a lot of folks were sad to see him go, but it sure would be great if we could get him back.
Man, that would be huge. Again, also, because when you look at the tight end room, it's got depth everywhere. You look at the offensive line; it's going to be great this year. Your quarterback is a stud. Judkins leaving to Ohio State was kind of the big question mark, and my goodness,
so
bringing him back would be awesome.
Absolutely, and Kiffin, back to Diggs. Kiffin did say. His exact quote was, "Our hope is he helps at some point during the season. How fast? I don't know. We don't know how fast he can work his way back." So having somebody like a Henry Parrish Jr. come back in who's familiar, like I say, with the system, and Kevin Smith is familiar with him, and that would be really good. You know, it's funny. Kiffin talked to media Tuesday after practice, and talking about how we're out there looking at the size now of the offensive linemen, the ones they brought in from Washington, the Diego Pounds from North Carolina, and the defensive line. And Kiffin says, I think if you go out there to practice and look, you see a glaring difference in our offensive line and the size of our front seven on defense compared to what we were. And he said, I attribute that to us recruiting really well in the portal and that feeling after the Georgia game. So that Georgia game stuck with him. I mean, he said so many times, we didn't look the same as they did. When you got out there and you looked at our O-line versus their D-line or vice versa, they didn't look the same. And so he really has kind of shaped this team to get to more where they look like they match up with a Georgia.
I saw one of your articles this week that was basically talking about Jackson Dart and basically how he got a lot of people to return to Ole Miss for a last dance. They want to continue to make their legacy to go out there and do it. So it feels like right now, Rebels fans, I know you love you some Jackson Dart, but you really need to love you some Jackson Dart because he's trying to take it to another level.
Oh, my gosh. And Kiffin even said at that press conference Tuesday, he said, I don't know, I've seen a player actively recruit more to put together a team on both sides of the ball than Jackson did this offseason. It says a lot about him, and it says a lot about him as a leader. So he wasn't, we talked to Jared Ivey, defensive lineman, who a lot of people thought Jared might declare for the NFL. And, he talked about it, that Dart came to him, So he just, Dart did a really, really good job. Kiffin says Dart has special qualities. That's what he called it. And he said one of them is to get people to follow him. So not only did he recruit both the offense and defense to come back and helped recruit, like a Juice Wells. I mean, if you're a Juice Wells and you're a wide receiver at South Carolina and you want to transfer, it probably matters to you whether Jackson Dart's going to be there or not. And again, that's no comment on the backups because we know Ole Miss has some fantastic backups with Walker and Austin. But, to have a quarterback of the caliber of Dart coming back for his third season under Kiffin is really exciting. And, speaking of people following him, when Dart went to California over spring break to work with his quarterback coaches, Trey Harris and Jordan Watkins asked if, where are you going to be? They followed him to California and worked out with him. Yeah, worked out with him for a week. So it wasn't even Dart said it wasn't even a matter of me asking them, or inviting them. He said they just wanted to come. They just came and asked him, where are you going to be during spring break? Because we want to get some work in. So this is going to be a really interesting season. And beyond all the talent that Ole Miss has, the leadership that they have, the personnel that they have, and they've got some really veteran guys who, they are calling it last dance. And they're just going to leave it all out there on the field. And I can hardly wait.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. Speaking of being excited, this time of the year for a Rebel fan, again, you have the ladies who are getting ready to, tee it up, tip it off in South Bend. They got a big weekend coming up. You've got, of course, Chris Beard, transfer portal things going on, exciting. Tennessee, little Mike Bianco, little Tony Vitello, that's going to be nasty. And, of course, the Ole Miss football team in spring, always doing a little bit of action. But right now it's a great time to be an Ole Miss fan. And if you're an Ole Miss fan, you better go to the Rebel Walk. It is the number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. What do you all have coming down the pipe, Evie?
Well, we had some player interviews today after practice. Like I said, we're not allowed on Thursday's practice. We get only Tuesday access, but today we had several players, so we'll have those interviews up in a little bit. We'll have all the coverage on baseball this weekend. Just can't wait for that. I think the Rebels are going to surprise some people. I think you heard it here. And then, of course, we've got a couple of our staff will be in South Bend covering the women, so we'll bring you all the action from there as well.
Well, Evie, enjoy the tournament action. I hope your brackets doesn't get busted too soon. And,
man.
Close your eyes with the Mississippi State. They're getting killed. They're down 10 right now.
Okay, well, tell me real quick, who did you pick to win it all? Or have you said?
I did. I have, you're going to laugh at me. I have Auburn playing Marquette because Bruce Pearl and Shaka Smart are basically my two favorite coaches right now. And the fact that, UConn, that Iowa State, Illinois that are in there, Auburn has one tough road to hoe. But I got Bruce Pearl cutting down the nets, man. When he cried after the SEC tournament about his father and everything, I was just like, damn it, I love me some Bruce.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he's done a lot of good things that people I think don't even realize. I read a story about him and telling a little 12-year-old boy who had cancer, just keep fighting, every day keep fighting. And that little boy said he thought of that, every time he was getting his, chemo and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that's hard to root against that guy. So I'm with you.
I love him, man. I can't help it. Even though he's with Auburn, I like me some Bruce.
I mean, if Ole Miss was out of it, I'd just as soon pull for them.
I'm with you. Evie, I hope you have a wonderful time. We'll do it again next week.
Thanks so much for having me. Have a great weekend.
That is my girl, Evie Van Pelt. Hottie. We got to take a quick time out, but first I want to remind you, a lot of stuff going on in the week. You want to look good? Go to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, Frontier Western Store, bing, bang, boom. Head on down there. Get you some boots, get you some jeans, get you some nice shirts, get you some hats. They got you dressed from head to toe, not just all the men. They have a ladies' boutique, a children's department. They have you covered from head to toe. You'll be styling and profiling, and it won't break your budget. You can go to frontierwesternstore.com. If you can't make it down to Olive Branch, go to frontierwesternstore.com. It's so easy to navigate. You can shop by brands, shop by men's, women's, shoes, sales items. It's simple. And the cool thing is once you order, they ship your order out within 24 hours. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. Back in 2 Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises. This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better? I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
I am such a failure.
You're going to have to narrow that one down a bit.
As the spokesperson for Central Barbecue, I have failed to tell everyone about the new location in South Haven.
Technically, I'm the spokesperson for Central Barbecue.
Well, I haven't told anyone, but there's a new location in South Haven that's super convenient for the people living there. And I haven't told them that location is where all the Central Barbecue catering for North Mississippi comes from.
If we could get back to the Central Barbecue spokesperson thing, see, you have to do this because you work here.
Now I have no clue how I'm going to face the people of South Haven. I have besmirched the name Central Barbecue spokesperson.
Besmirched?
It's time to triple your savings with Gossett's Jeep Celebration Event and Ram Truck Month and Dodge Power Shot Days all at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. How about new 2023 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4? We Gossett $5,052 off MSRP. That's Jeep Renegade Latitude $24,988. How about new 2023 Jeep Cherokee Altitude 4x4? We Gossett $33,230. That's $8,000 off MSRP. And Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike has 2023 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4, $14,000 off MSRP. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett on the Pike or shop online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motorcars.
Renegade Triple P 56029 MSRP 30,040. Altitude PD 10 3653 MSRP 41,230. Gladiator PL 570 369 MSRP 64,925. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find a repair shop with our shop referral program. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with my buddy now. It's not Brian Dacus. It's Johnny Hill.
Substitute.
Sub in the house. Yeah, I don't think Dacus is going to be back today.
Yeah, he probably should.
I don't know if people could tell in the very first segment when I was on the air, there was a few minutes where I paused and didn't say a single word. Do you want to know why?
Tell him, John.
Because I have a weak stomach, and I look over and Dacus is throwing up in the studio over there in a trash can. But it's the whole fact that he's throwing up. I have a weak stomach. I almost vomited on the microphone. I had to turn away. I had to open up my X and look at some good-looking photos or something. I don't know, man, just to get my mind off of it in a different place. Speaking of trying to get my mind off of something, Mississippi State's down by 9. Come on, Bulldogs. 13:55 left. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. They just gave up a dunk to Mississippi State. Man, they sure as heck just look like Mississippi State turned into Memphis, man. Just giving up dunk, layup.
Folding under pressure.
Dunk, layup. What you doing, Chris? Come on, get things going, man. Hopefully Bulldogs can pull things out. We got all kinds of basketball wall to wall, but we do have to do a little bit of hardwood where it feels so good. Got some funny stories for you. Got to remind you, it's always brought to you by the best. Tito's Handmade Vodka. NCAA March Madness is here. Sit back, relax, enjoy your favorite spirit. And the best spirit in your favorite spirit, it should be Tito's. I've got every single person up at the half shell drinking Tito's. I got everybody that I know drinking Tito's. And everybody says, damn, I love me some Tito's, John. You might have been wrong about Mississippi State. But damn it, you right about Tito's. It is the best vodka, period. It's also USA. It's good old USA vodka. It's 100% gluten-free because it's from corn. 6 times distilled, then stilled the old-fashioned way in classic copper pots. Makes it have that unique flavor, slightly sweet with that black pepper note. It balances everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Man, there's some crazy stuff going on. All right, so Johnny, I don't know if you were here like a week ago for a couple of shows.
Yes, I was.
Were you here for the show where I told you that I went to the gym with my girlfriend, Chas, fiance?
Yeah, your fiance.
We went to the gym, and I'm in the other room doing my yoga, all right?
Yeah.
Getting my yoga on, man. You know you don't interrupt somebody during yoga.
Nah. They got to lock in.
Chaz comes in there like 30 minutes after we be there. I'm 30 minutes in, and she's like, John. And I'm like, and I look at her like she's crazy. Like, I'm doing yoga. Like,
relax.
I'm like shaking at her. Don't come and try to talk to me. My earbuds are in. I'm listening to Rodney Yee. Namaste. And she's like, no, John. And she interrupts me. So I'm like, what? I was like, what? She goes, I gotta pee. I was like, girl, we'll go pee. She goes, I can't. There's a naked man in the damn girls' locker room.
What?
So I very simply said, well, go tell somebody at the front desk. So she's like, come with me. So I walk up to the front desk with her. There's already 2 other ladies at the front desk saying the same thing.
Are you serious?
The dude at the front desk went back to the locker room, came back out and told us sorry. He identifies as a female. And I said, damn. So I had to leave my workout, take Chas home to use the restroom, and of course then I didn't go back because I was furious. Well, I guess my gym is not the only gym.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness is now taking a whole bunch of trouble. So you know what Planet Fitness is?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
They're getting the Bud Light treatment right now, and it's all over a T. So they're in Alaska, Fairbanks location. A woman takes a picture of again, it's a man who's lying to you. Again, I don't care who you sleep with or what you do, but don't put lipstick on a pig and call her Salma Hayek. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, John.
So, this Planet Fitness, a lady took a picture of him, then made a post and went on a rant about how can this dude who dresses like a woman be shaving in my locker room.
Oh, no, he not.
I'm trying to get ready as well because I have to go to work as well. I come to work out at the gym and then we want to get ready.
That's crazy.
And you got a dude standing there with his little big twig and berries, like standing there shaving. I would be mad too if I was a woman. There are certain places, like you need certain, spaces for women, certain spaces for men.
Because you're not lying, because a lot of women I have seen something like that, because a lot of women have been furious about that. Because they feel like they're not being protected and safe.
They're not being protected.
Yeah, they're not being protected.
I mean, I'm sorry, I got daughters, man. I was upset that it happened to Chas, but if my daughter was in there and she came out and said there was a naked nude, I'm not going to ask the guy at the front desk. I'm going in there and I'm pulling his ass out.
Yeah.
Well, this great lady did a rant about how they let men into the women's locker room, and she had her membership revoked.
Really?
So she went back and posted that on her social media. Now everybody and their grandmother's leaving Planet Fitness.
See, they can't be doing stuff like that.
Do me a favor. Keep your T's out around my women.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it. I don't need it. You're a liar. Like, that's the thing about it is, man, there's one thing. Like, again, I don't give it. Like, if you're
nobody cares.
Like, people are, like, there's some men that are very feminine.
Yeah.
You can be feminine, but don't lie to me and say you're a woman.
Yeah.
You're just a dude that's feminine.
Yeah.
There's some masculine women out there.
There are.
Yeah. But I don't mean that she's a dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
It's like,
and it goes back, like, a lot of young ladies have said, like, they don't feel comfortable. And the thing is, you're losing a whole demographic of people by you doing that.
Why the hell did women back in the 70s and 60s fight for women's rights to now let men take them over?
Man, don't get me started about sports, man.
Yeah, man, it's just nuts, man. Like the dude golfer who looks just like a dude, says he's a woman. Luckily, the PGA Tour and the other tour, like the NX or whatever tour, won't let him play in the women's game because, damn it, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Now, also, there's some crazy women out there. She's a real woman. She doesn't play a woman. She is a woman. Her name is Yasmin Lopez. Do you know who she is?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard of her.
That's Christian Woods, the LA Lakers big man. That's his ex-girlfriend.
Really?
She's in a little trouble.
What'd she do, John?
She jumped his fence, went into it where his luxury cars were, and not just keyed it. Like, you know when you see somebody key a car, like they'll key down it?
Yeah.
My girl keyed the whole car.
No.
Like, I'm talking about the entire hood, all the way around it. And I'm not talking about like one or two. Like, it is so bad, it's not even funny. Now, she got in a little bit of trouble. Obviously, they brought her in court. Christian ain't very happy with her. He says basically the ish that I tolerated the past year, I'll never tolerate again.
Facts, yeah.
He even got a restraining on her. She went into court and said that right after she did it, she felt bad. She says, I don't even know why I did it. I don't have a reason. I don't condone violence. And I don't believe in, I'm not a stalker. I don't believe in damaging property.
It's hard to tell.
I was going to say, it's real hard to tell. And she says, so I've checked myself in to get some help.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
oh
you
my
gotta
gosh.
so we gotta get help. I understand.
I understand
addiction. It is a beast. We have a huge problem in this country with the fentanyl deaths.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day when I was growing up, it was like Oxycontin and opioids and Loratabs and Percocets. These were killing. I mean, people were
dying,
shanked on these things. Addiction is absolutely something terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
And I believe in self-help. But, dude, you got mad at your boyfriend and just caused thousands and thousands of dollars of damage basically because you're the B word. And I didn't know that we had to go to a place for you to learn not how to be a bitch. Is that something that we now like, oh, hey, let me just, I'm going to open up. I'm going to write a book. We're going to 12-step it. I'm going to be the leader of it, how not to be a bitch. What do you think? Think that'll work?
It probably will. Shit.
I mean, like.
Yeah, but she known better, man. She checked herself in for whatever. What's that called?
I gotta be a better pussy.
Yeah. Making excuses, basically.
That's exactly what it was, making excuses. And now there's also no excuse right now for Shohei Ohtani, his interpreter.
Oh, yeah. What an idiot.
Man, dude, hold up. Your golden goose.
Facts.
You went and screwed your golden goose?
John, I was literally thinking about that yesterday when me, Brad, and Brian were talking about it yesterday. Like, how do you do that, man? Like, I was just thinking about, like, he's the meal ticket, and you got yourself cut off.
Yep.
Like, why would you do that, man?
Just got yourself cut off, man. You went from eating steaks
and lobster,
Folks Folly, to now you eating at Piccadilly. You know?
If I'm not mistaken, isn't he suing him or something like that?
Oh, man, this whole thing right now.
Man, because it's getting messy.
It's getting messy.
It's getting messy.
It's getting ugly. It's getting messy. Speaking of ugly, Mississippi State missed yet another damn shot. Mississippi State, I just realized I don't like you very much.
I picked them to win, too, Doc. I picked them to win.
Well, maybe there's a miracle. 9 minutes and 20 seconds
Man,
left in
John,
the ball
I don't
game.
know, man.
I know. I don't see it either.
I don't see it, bro.
Because Izzo's boys came ready to play.
Yeah, bro.
Right now,
I
State's
can't
down
believe
14. Damn
Dang.
you. Damn you.
We got a long tournament, John.
We do. And also the other games. We have a couple other scores to update you on. Not only is Mississippi State getting destroyed by Michigan State, that is. Duquesne is up at the half on BYU by 8 points, 38-30.
Okay.
BYU didn't score their first bucket until they were 5 minutes and 20 seconds in the game before they scored their first bucket. They have cut it to 8. It's kind of close. Creighton and Akron, the 3-14 game that's just started on the TNT. Creighton is up by 2 currently with about 11 minutes left to play. And then don't forget at 1 o'clock, Long Beach State in Arizona. We got wall-to-wall basketball. We're going to take a quick timeout. Be back in 2 shakes. This is Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand bottled, taste tested, sent to a few friends, then taste tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. Just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com.
Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
When a cold comes on strong, try DayQuil's Severe Honey flavor. The daytime, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, so a cold won't slow you down. Get back to your day feeling relieved, enjoying the delicious flavor of DayQuil Severe Honey. DayQuil Severe Honey flavor soothes your symptoms with a delicious taste. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Napa Cafe celebrates 26 years in 2024. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet peculiar peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finished with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes, or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails, like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe. We can't wait to serve you.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte RE72, 39.85, MSRP 22,320. Sportage R7, 24,7640, MSRP 29,635. Telluride RG 49,9963, MSRP 41,005. Includes all rebates and incentives. Best finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax on license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/1/2024. Dealer stock only.
Hey, it's my man Jeff Allen bringing sweet deals from Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah.
Hey, Randy, I've got a 2024 Kia Forte LXS that gets 41 MPG highway, and you can hit the road for just $219 a month.
That's awesome. What else you got?
2024 Kia Sportage LX, $289 a month. Both 36-month lease and $34.99 due at signing. Or go big in a 2024 Kia Telluride S all-wheel drive, $429 a month. 36-month lease and $39.99 due at signing.
Plus, get peace of mind with the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
We're online 24/7, KiaMountMoriah.com.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thursday. We got basketball on. For all those people who took Mississippi State and listened to me, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry. because Michigan State is whipping their tail 60-45. There's only about 8 minutes left to go in the ball game, and Mississippi State just looks terrible. Michigan State's hit 7 3-pointers in this ball game. Tom Izzo, a team that I sure as hell didn't believe in, is taking care of business. I mean, taking care of business. Makes me think the Big Ten's a little bit better than I thought. Starting to agree with our texter who sent me a very nice text that says SEC is overrated, period. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm starting to agree with you. Now, my buddy, though, who also did text, he says he has Creighton to win it all. They might not win today, but if they do, watch out for them Creighton. Watch out for that Creighton team. Now, at least this one other guy said, don't feel so bad, John. I was going to take Mississippi State anyway. That is a nice text. Making me feel not bad for, like, you know, ruining my people's lives.
Well, I feel bad, man. I'm losing in my bracket so far. This is just falling apart. And also, this is my first ever bracket in life.
Like, that's too crazy. Like, I'm just kind of curious. Why is it? Have you never been?
I watch it, but I just never like just did it.
Man, I don't remember.
I see everybody else do it, so I was like,
I think I was doing these suckers when I was in kindergarten.
That's what Brett said, something similar to that.
Like, I mean, I really do remember, like, when I was in school, like, that was like one of our assignments. Hey, kids, fill out your brackets. That way the teachers can actually focus on what's important, the NCAA tournament. Like, could you imagine having to teach a bunch of, like, boogers running out of a kid's nose, people whining, pooping in their pants? Nah, man, you just worried about basketball.
That's all they care about.
Fill out them brackets. Now, a lot of games going on today, and I have to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the games that I still like for today's action. I have lost Mississippi. I mean, I'm already chalking it up as a loss. 7:30 left. They're down by 15. Sorry, Mississippi State, you suck. But man, I'm telling you, Illinois at 210 on True TV, minus the 11.5. This one I feel really good about. Morehead State against the Illini. Terrence Shannon Jr. Now, he is facing felony charges because he asked for Morehead State. But he's going to get them today. But I think he's the one, like, they're going to have him, they're going to charge him with felony almost murder when this game's over, because I think the dude drops 30 points and goes off. If you know about Terrence Shannon Jr. and what happened at Kansas, you'll probably find it very funny when I said the Morehead State situation. Also, the Oregon-South Carolina game. I was all up in some Oregon. So much line action movement. So many people are now betting on Oregon. I'm kind of starting to step back off that. I might watch that. I might play that in line. But I'm going to play the Illini minus the 11.5 off the jump. And the other game that I really like today, again, right now you can get Samford plus 7.5. I think they beat Kansas head up. Straight up, they beat Kansas's butt. Now, I'm going to get on out of here because I think I'm late for a break. Johnny, you want to play that music? Yeah, baby. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's been a good day. Especially if you bet on Michigan State. Everybody do me a favor. Enjoy life. Enjoy the tournament. Get out there. Make the world a better place. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll also see you on the flip side. Peace.
The 75th anniversary sales event is on.